Hey guys, welcome back to the Blissful Athlete. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're talking all about losing belly fat and losing weight in particular, because you can't necessarily spot reduce fat on your body. However, these three techniques that I'm going to talk about today, all yogic techniques in their foundation, are going to 100% help you reduce the fat on your belly. And I wanted to start this video off talking about Patanjali and what he had said in the Yoga Sutras in verse 127. Patanjali mentions a word called vritti. Vritti is a movement or a disturbance. And he's saying that hunger and thirst are a supposed disturbance to our consciousness. And he uses the word nirvritti shortly after that to talk about going beyond the disturbances of hunger and thirst. And so the first technique of these three techniques that I'm going to give today is coming from Patanjali, and that is a technique where you're focusing and meditating. You're doing samyama on your Vishuddhi chakra, the throat center. My guru actually says that hunger doesn't actually come from the stomach, it's coming from the throat center. And Patanjali confirms this in the Yoga Sutras. And so this technique of visualizing a large sun in your throat center and visualizing and even feeling the heat of the sun in the throat center, merging and becoming one with that heat, one with that sun, is one of the most powerful techniques to bring your consciousness to a state where you can go beyond the vritti. You can be in a space of nirvritti, going beyond the disturbances of hunger and thirst. Now, this meditation technique should be done for at least 21 minutes. So just 21 minutes a day, sit down, visualize the sun, the heat of the sun intensely in the Vishuddhi chakra. This is a direct technique by an enlightened master to help you go beyond the disturbances of hunger and thirst. And my guru adds on to this technique by saying that you should make an intention, a declaration to the throat center, to the Vishuddhi chakra, to say, hey, make the body balanced. Bring balance to the body. Not necessarily just lose weight, because you might actually lose too much weight. He says, bring balance to the body. The body has its own natural intelligence. So if you sit and declare, bring balance throughout my entire system, even if you lose the visualization of the sun in the throat center, if you've made that sankalpa, that declaration, that intention, that the process that you're going through is to reduce the body weight and bring balance to the body, it is a simple and easy way for you to reduce belly fat. Now, the second technique that anybody can be applying is another yogic technique, which is basically just fasting. I recommend doing a 24-hour fast. Today's actually Tuesday. I just finished for the first time doing a Monday fast, and I'm going to continue doing this now for hopefully ever, where I'm just not going to eat at all on Mondays, and I'll tell you why I'm choosing Mondays in particular. However, if you're interested in burning fat and reducing belly fat, it's very easy as long as you just don't eat food. What happens when you fast is that the glycogen, the storage form of carbohydrates, is reduced, and so insulin levels reduce in your body as well. What this means is the body then uses fat for its fuel. So if you were to do a fast for 24 hours once a week, you're going to tap into using your fat cells, your fat within your body, as the main form of energy for your system. Now, there's a lot of other benefits of fasting as well, which I'm not going to get into. However, just from my own personal experience of doing this whole day fast, it's really interesting because you notice the patterns coming up, the urges come up throughout the day. And for me, I normally have a little bit of sugar in the morning and then a little bit of sugar in the evening, and I really noticed those two cravings. And just throughout the day, sometimes you might get a quick little hunger pang here and there. However, one thing I've really noticed over the past 5 years of exploring various different fasts, when these pains come, you become so powerful. You're developing a willpower through your anya chakra, the will center. And when these patterns pop up, and when you notice that, hey, I'm hungry, I want to eat, and this pattern is showing itself, just by putting your awareness on the pattern and saying, no, today I'm not eating, today I'm doing a fast, that's all that you need. And it's a great way to develop this willpower within you. Don't worry, you're not going to die just by doing one day of no food at all. drink some water throughout the entire day. When you feel that your stomach is just really empty, that's when I would recommend just to chug a bunch of water as well. And when you break your fast, you can have a nice big meal the next morning, and honestly, it's like you haven't skipped a beat. Now, the reason why I chose to fast on the Monday is because Monday is devoted to Lord Shiva. In Sanatana Hindu Dharma, it is very auspicious to worship Lord Shiva, the god, the creator of the cosmos, during this time, during these days. And so by fasting during this time, my intention isn't actually for me to lose weight, it's to connect more to God, to connect to the divine, Parama Shiva, the Lord of the cosmos. And it's extremely empowering, a great way for you to connect to the divine and keep him in your inner space and unite with him at a deeper level. And I can tell you from my experience, yesterday was very profound. Just knowing that the whole day I wasn't eating, any hunger pain that came up, anything that I was doing, my every action was about, today is for Shiva. Today is not for me. Today is about connecting with Lord Shiva. And whatever your intention is with the fasting, you will gain the benefit of losing the belly fat, losing weight. However, if you really want, if you're a spiritual seeker like myself, I'd highly recommend doing a fast on Monday and connecting to Parama Shiva through that way. Now, if you want to get really integrated, this is actually called the 16 Samvar Vrat. And that's 16 Mondays in a row where you're doing fasting. And this starts during the period of July and August. And it's the most auspicious time for you to actually begin that journey. However, at the time of recording this, it's January. I didn't wait 7 months to start this. I just thought I want to start right now. And so I'd recommend for you to just start right now as well. Now, the third and final technique that I would give for you to lose and reduce belly fat is very simple, and that's to sweat before every meal that you consume. This is a recent technique that my guru just talked about as well, and it makes so much sense. My guru says that you should only eat food if you've had a bowel movement, passed urine, and have sweated. So that's the technique. Sweat before every meal that you have. It is so simple to do as well. All you have to do is go for a short 30-minute walk and you can burn 200 calories. And depending on the pace that you're walking at, for me, if I have just a slightly faster pace, I will begin to sweat just after 30 minutes of moving my body. It's a very simple way for you to reduce calories and to not get into a caloric surplus. And if you broke this up into 4 different times throughout the day and did 15-minute walks, you'd be burning 400 calories or so, and it'd be very, very simple for you to begin reducing the overall body weight that you have. And I have one last bonus technique for you all, and that is to practice the process called Nirahara Samyama. I've done a few different videos talking about this as well. Nirahara Samyama is an initiation to going beyond food, tapping into a different source of energy for your body. We can gain energy from the sun, we can gain energy from the wind through air, we can gain energy through all 5 elements. And Nirahara Samyama is an initiation into that practice. All it is a 21-day liquid fast journey where the first 2 days you are only consuming liquids. Day 3, you get to consume solid foods. The next 7 days, you then go on a liquid-only journey. And then after that, you can have 1 more solid meal. And then the remaining 10 or 11 days, you're going on liquids only as well. And so it's broken down into those 3 levels. And I really do recommend it for anybody that's watching this video if you've never tried it. It's a really simple way for you to bring more awareness and bring more consciousness to how your food habits affect you, to the cravings that you have within you. You'll start to notice various different habitual patterns within you, and by going through this process, it would be a really big eye-opener for you. This is a process I've done 5 times now myself, and since my 5th process of going through Nirahara Samyama, I've just continued onwards, and I'm close to 200 days of no solid food, so just liquids only. And it's a really empowering process. Not only will you lose weight, but you'll just infuse consciousness throughout your being. And I can tell you from my experience, it is a great practice for any yogi, any spiritual seeker out there. I promise you, you will notice a massive difference and you'll become so much more conscious of your body, because ultimately we grow fat because we're unconscious of our body. Fat is the unconsciousness manifested in the material form on our body. So let's all become more conscious I hope you practice at least one of these 3 or 4 techniques, and I can guarantee you will reduce weight and reduce belly fat as well. Now, if you have any questions on any of these 3 techniques, please do leave them in the comment section down below. I'll also leave a link to register for this 21-day Nirahara Samyama process. It's a free initiation. You just need to go to befoodfree.org. That's just the letter B, foodfree.org, and it's an initiation by my guru Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Padmashivam. Thanks so much for watching the video, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed it. My name is Sri Nithyananda. Please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you enjoyed watching, and give it a thumbs up too if you felt like it deserved a thumbs up. Take care, everybody, and as always, be blissful. Nithyananda.